And you guys are live.
All right. Okay. Hey, welcome everyone. Back to the second day of the fourth virtual tattoo gathering. And we are here to talk with Lady Sara, who's joining us from Italy. Hi, Sara.
Hi. Good morning to everyone.
Thanks for coming. And it's afternoon over there, right? About 6 hours
Yes,
later.
evening. It's almost, we don't have the sun now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, and the days are getting shorter too. But yeah, so we were just talking about, I guess, over in Italy, things are kind of back to normal with life in the tattoo world, right?
Everything is normal now. Yes, more or less. So we only have to make the mask, take the mask on, and everything is free, totally free. Maybe too much free, but it's free.
Yeah. So are artists staying as busy as they used to be?
Yes, yes. So not pretty me because I prefer to work a little bit more less. So I only have 3 clients for weeks now, and I don't work too much like before. But if I want to work, I can work. So everything is normal. So there is client, there is everything like before.
Right. Because I know there at first there was a worry, and tattooers always worry because we think of what we're doing as being not essential. You know, when people don't have very much money, they're not going to spend it on tattoos. But that doesn't actually turn out to be true, because
Yes.
it wasn't true after the 2008 financial crisis either. People were, still getting tattooed almost just as much, and in some ways even appreciating it more, it seems.
Yes, I think also that tattoo can help a lot of people. And now there are a lot of people that don't have too much money to spend because to the COVID, but there are a lot of people more that want to tell something because of the COVID, because maybe they were sick, or maybe they are, how do you say, the people that work in the hospital?
Yeah, medical.
Yeah,
Yes.
medical or nurse or something like this. So they want to tell something because it's like they lived in a war for
Yeah.
2-3 months. So there are a lot of people that don't need tattoo now, but there are a lot of people more that need to tell something now.
Interesting. Okay. So there's plenty of people getting tattooed, but it's different. Yeah.
Yes,
The
something
motivation.
changed. Yes, something changed.
Well, so let's talk about you a little bit, if you don't mind. I'd like to just sort of start with the basics so that we can get a little background about how you got into tattooing, and if you went to art school, any of that stuff.
No, so I was a counter. So I studied to be a counter, and I play with the design still when I was very young, and I grew up in a bookshop, and I read a lot of book. And when I think about the story that I read, I draw everything. Okay, but I was good at school, and in Italy, to go to the art school is not for good people. It's like for the people that can't do anything else, so they don't do the art school. So I was a counter, and I also go to the university to be a counter. And I never thought about tattoo. So even when I was young, very young, maybe at 15 years old, when all my friends do some little tattoos with the ink and the needle here in the wrist or something like that, I never thought about the tattoos. But when I was at the university at the first year, I don't know why, but I went to a tattoo shop to make a piercing. And the tattoo shop was searching for a counter. So they are searching for a secretary or something like this, something very easy. Okay, something not connected to the draw or to the tattoo or something else, but stay at the phone, make some count, something like this. So I went to the tattoo shop to work because I was studying, so I need a work, and so I went to work there. And then I think that maybe in 6-7 months, I quit the university and I stay all my time in the tattoo shop. And so I start from the little things like take appointment for the clients or clean everything. And then in the years, I can do whatever, everything. So I make an apprentice of 8 years. Yes, maybe too much, I know, but I'm a little bit stupid because I'm very good, and so people can do with me whatever they want. So I was there, I was drawing, I was taking appointment. I also draw for the tattoo that the tattooer will do after. So I make the tattoo for someone else, and I choose the needle, I choose the color, I make the stencil to the person, but I don't tattoo. Yes, so everything. I'm a little bit full, I know, but it was so good for me because I can learn a lot of things. I can see a lot of different skin, a lot of different people, a lot of different kind of tattoo. So the tattoo shop where I worked, it was, and it is now, a very old tattoo shop. And the tattooer is of the 50, so it's a little bit. And it was like you enter and you look at the book and you choose, okay, this is for me, and you make this tattoo, more or less. You can change everything, but it's not like now that is art and that you can tell a story or do something bigger, no? And so it was very, very important for me to see a so large, different scale of people of need to talk something about, or so I can understand what I want to do or what I don't want to do.
Yes.
Yes. And also for the technique. So the tattoo was not so good for the technique, but I can show a lot of different skin and how the tattoo can change the skin or what happened in some cases or in some others. So when I started to tattoo at my first tattoo, it's like, okay, it's like I've been done this for a long time. It's not my first time. It was everything normal. Because yeah, I was very happy. Yes, but I was very, very happy.
Yeah. So did you reach a point where you just had to tell your boss, you got to let me tattoo now?
I can't understand you very well. What? Sorry?
Did you eventually just have to tell the people at the studio, I'm ready to tattoo, please let me?
No, I was happy like this.
Yeah.
So for me, it's okay like this because I was in a tattoo studio. I draw for all the day. I stay with a lot of people. I can hear a lot of story. And before I read a lot of book, and now I can hear a lot of story from the people. So it was not important for me to tattoo also. I was happy. Okay. But I meet my husband, that now is husband in this period. And when I meet him, he told me, but Sara, you understand that it's not okay like this. There is something full that you have to go up. I mean, no, it's okay. I can't understand that was like this, that I was full or something, someone else was taking, so I don't know in English what it is, but to take
advantage.
Yes, advantage from me. Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not understanding that it was like this. So I was happy. And after 1 year that my husband tell me, Sara, look at this, Sara, look, I understand. And then I tried to do my first tattoo. So before I tried to ask to the tattooer to do my first tattoo, and it say, no, it's not, you're not ready, it's not okay, maybe tomorrow, maybe another day, yes. So one day for some Valentine, my husband, so when I come back home, my husband gave me the gift of some Valentine, and it was a big pack, a big box with all the things to make tattoos. So in the Sunday, he told me, so now you have to tattoo me. Okay, this is my gift for him, a tattoo made by me. So I started to tattoo with them on him in my house. And the day after, I went to the tattoo shop and I told it to my tattooers, and it's like, okay, over, you can go.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it's okay. I think it was the best thing that can happen to me, because I think I will never have the force to quit. But it was so bad with me, so I can quit easily, and very happy, because it was on February, and on April I opened my first tattoo studio alone.
Well,
So it's okay. It was good for me.
well, I gotta say, that's the longest apprenticeship I've ever heard of.
Mm-hmm. For me also, I never heard of someone else of this long, very long apprentice. Yes, I know.
But each of us has a different story, and things do happen for a reason. And it sounds like you got a lot from that, even though it was, I mean, it didn't seem like you were too unhappy with it until you realized.
No, I'm happy. It's okay. Yes, because I was happy there. During this 8 year, I was very happy, and I met a lot of people and a lot of stories. So I was very happy like this. So it's okay. It's okay. Maybe I needed this time. Also, if I was very good, maybe with this I'm better. I don't know, because so it was the 8 years ago, so it's not too much. It's only 8 years that I tattoo now, but it's 16 years that I'm in this world. And I think I have a long story. I can understand a lot of changing, a lot of things. And I really don't like too much, because in Italy now, everyone can buy a tattoo machine, and they are a tattoo artist the day after. They don't go to the tattoo shop to make it advertised. They don't do nothing. So I'm very happy and proud to have done 8 years of apprentice. I'm not happy to be such fool, but it's okay.
If you made it work for you, then it's okay.
Yes.
So my next question is your style and the kinds of elements that you work with. Very symbolic, and it seems to tap into memory. Did you have an idea before you started tattooing, since you were around it so much and you were doing all these drawings? Did you have an idea of what you would do when you were tattooing?
No. So, as I told before, the tattoo shop where I worked for 8 years was very old style. So, yes, the people come to me and they speak a lot about the story of everything, and they only want a lettering or a little dolphin or stars or something small, not too much big. When I started to by myself, I make the style of cartoon. It's very different from now. Maybe because I started to draw when I was a child, and I draw all the like all the book that I read. No, so maybe it's similar, and I make tattoos, but a little strange tattoo. I know that there was something different in my style, but I can't explain. I can't take it out. No, but Gabe organized something that was in Venice. It was a meeting of a tattoo. I don't remember now the word famous.
Worldwide Tattoo Conference.
Yes, tattoo conference. Yes, this. And I went to this conference, and yes, and it changed totally my mind, because so I was good at school. I didn't know no one that was good at draw. So I didn't met no one that can paint or that can live with the art. So I know that from the book that there is Picasso or Dali or something like this, but I never met someone that loved art. And when I went to the Worldwide Tattoo Conference, we were some more or less 300 people, maybe more, that work with art. So I can meet every one of them, I can speak with them, I can understand that we can live with the heart. And so something changed on me, a big door opened on me, and I can understand that everything was in my mind and in my dreams can be true. It's not only on me, but there are other people that have this dream. So when I come back to the Worldwide Tattoo Conference, in 1 week, I changed totally my art, my style of tattooing, everything. So now I think I can't draw a cartoon. I think it changed it a lot. And so when I realized that my dream can come true, I understand that also the other people's dreams can come true. So I understand too. So I start to listen more to the story of the people, and I try to draw the story of the people in the tattoo. At the beginning, it was not so simple because I draw in my home alone. So I have a talk with the client. Maybe today we talk about the tattoo. So I want this, okay, because of this, okay, bye. And you have the appointment for, I don't know, 1 month, 6 months, whatever. And at home, during this time, I draw everything. And when when I meet my client, there was always something that was not good. Maybe the rose was too much big, maybe the quote is not good, maybe this. There is always something. So at the beginning, I was a little bit sad because I can't understand why I always make some mistake. So I understand that I have to draw with my client. So I take the appointment with the client, and in the same day we talk about the story of the client, and then together we share what I think and what she thinks, what we think about it, and how we can put inside the drawer. So today a client came to me and I really don't know what I have to tattoo. So maybe it comes to make a rose and you go out to tattoo with an elephant, I don't know. So I really don't know what the subject of what we have to tattoo. And we speak together about the story of this tattoo, not about the story of all the life of the client of this tattoo. And we decide the subject, where we put something and everything, and I draw. When the client is here doing nothing, relaxing, and I draw everything. And from when I do it like this, I never make a mistake. So the draw was perfect at the first time. So I understand that the key is to have the client here and speak a lot with them. for me.
Right. Well, it sounds like, I mean, you're just offering a different service, because I think, you know, another artist who might be more intimidating might, the client will show up and they'll see the design and say, yeah, it's great, let's do it. And
yes.
That's the end of that. But you're more open that way, and somebody might feel like like they can actually say, I really would like it if this was adjusted. And so I say this because I'm that way too, and I've learned to really try to embrace the surprises, because I used to not, it'd be like, wait, I had a good plan here. You're messing with my plans. It's like, well, it's not my plans. It's this person's tattoo. And
Yes.
yes.
Yes. So I'm between the client and the story. So I'm not the tattoo artist that I have to do this because I want to be cool. So I'm between one and the second one. So I don't have to put my idea very strong. I'm here and I only have to understand and to draw because they don't have the hands good for draw. So if they choose me, I know that they are very happy to have my heart on them. So they like what I do and it's okay. It's just, I need only this. I only need that they trust me. And then we can do everything together.
So how do you explain this when you promote yourself as an artist? Because usually when somebody shows up at their tattoo artist studio and there's not a drawing, they would think that they're not prepared, right? So obviously you want to convey to them that this is part of the process and that you're trying to have them involved in the drawing.
So now or in the past?
Well, if both of them are interesting, let's hear it.
Okay, because now I think that the people chose me because I'm like this. I have a tattoo blog and I write a lot and I try to communicate to everyone what is my direction and what is my style of draw and everything. So when they take an appointment with me, they know that is like this. So they know that they arrive in the morning and they don't know what they will have tattooed, but they know that it's what they want, not what I want. Okay. And it's pretty curious because people are very happy of this. So they are not scared. So they are a little bit scared, but not too much. And they are very happy of this because they are thrilled. They want to know. They want to know, and they can go to their friends and say, "Yes, tomorrow I have to go to have a tattoo. What do you tattoo? Ah, I don't know. Oh, what? It's so strange," and they can speak a lot. So it's very cool. They are very proud of this. Okay, and they also know that it's not mandatory to have the tattoo, so they can come to me. We can speak. We can draw, we can do everything, but if they are not okay, they can go. If they are not totally in this tattoo, totally in this draw, totally in this, they can go. They don't sign anything that they have to.
Right.
Okay. So I think that if they know that they can quit, it's okay. You can do it. I can trust you. Or I can go home.
Right. They're not committed to getting tattooed, whether you find a good thing or not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How
Yeah.
often does that happen though?
Never.
Yeah. Right.
Never.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Because I can hear, I can feel what they want. So I'm never on hurry. I always on delay, and I have only one client for a day. So I have all the time that we need. So if I don't understand now, we can speak a lot more, and I understand after. So I think it's not possible to fail, because if they love my heart and I love them story, it's not possible. So I choose very well the story that I want to tattoo. I not take all the story that come to me, because I think I have to choose only the story that I know that I can feel, I can draw, I can understand the meaning and the process. So if I can't understand the story, I don't take the tattoo. I say, no, sorry, I'm not good for this. I'm sorry. It's not like say, or you're a bad person, I don't want you. It's like I can't feel the story because maybe in my life I never felt something like this. So I cannot understand this feeling, and it's not for me. Yes, so I have to choose very well. If I choose very well and they choose very well, I think it's not possible to make a mistake.
Yeah. And, I think any custom artist, we have to understand when we are talking to a client and that connection isn't quite there. And
yes,
it's hard to say, I don't think I'm the right person for this project. But, of course, I have to do this a lot. People will approach me and they want something. And, I don't have time for most of them. And I do try to make referrals. And that's usually what I'll do. And especially because, most people are asking me for the abstract kind of stuff. But there's so many people doing bio and abstract, different styles of it. And so if there's somebody that, is asking me for something that just doesn't, I'm not excited about it, or I just, for whatever reason, I usually can help connect them with somebody who would love to do that piece. And so everybody's happy.
Yes, there is place for everyone. So if I'm not me, there is someone else, and maybe someone else would be better than me. So there is place in the world, a lot of space. Yes.
So you came up with an interesting title for today's talk. Innovation is hidden in the past.
Yes.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about, connect that with your story as a tattoo artist?
Okay, yes. This is because I think that the innovation, that the technology and this kind of life now is very, very fast. So we are connected only with the Facebook or Instagram, and we are very fast. We don't have time to stop and feel and look at the tree or look at the sky or breathe or do something. So we are very, very fast. And I think that for the tattoo is not like this, because we need a lot of time, a lot of time to understand everything, and a lot of time to make the good tattoo to fit in your body and not in the body of someone else, and a lot of time to make the good shadow or the good lines. So we have not time to waste in being fast. I don't know. So I think that we have to look at the past of the history when a lot of people was slower, and the people look at the spring and autumn and winter and summer and everything, and can look what changed in the life. Okay, so if we have time to look at the changing of the life, we also have time to look at the people that we have in front, and time to make that everything can be perfect. It's not, we are human, so it's not perfect, but it's okay. And so I think that we really need the time, and we are used to be very fast and run and be in a hurry, and I think it's not good. So this is one. And also because the tattoo was born in a very, very, very long time ago. So for my English, but I am very into this, and I forgot to speak English very well, so it's okay. But I think
you're doing great.
Okay, so the tattoo was born a very long time ago, and I think it was born because it was a ritual. So the people, the man or the woman, a lot of time that make the tattoo was the how do you say, the people that stay in the church?
Like the shaman or the priest or the
yes, it was like this, and it was only one in all the the little city, the little country, and it was when you have to make a tattoo, it was a very big day. It was a very important day because something changed on you. Maybe it was from when you was a baby and you are a man. So this day in everything changed. Or maybe it was because you have to go to the war or to how do you say when you go in the forest to take something to eat?
Go hunting.
Yes, hunting. Yes. So it was, the tattoo was something that was very important for you, and you have to do in a very important day that can change your life, because today you are a baby and tomorrow you are a man. So today you never went to war, and tomorrow you go to have a war or something like. So it was something very big, very important, not only because, I don't know, the football player have got this tattoo, so I have got to have this tattoo also, me.
Right.
Okay. So I think that the tattoo, the innovation of the tattoo will be, it's on the past, is in the story, because I think that the tattoo can be also now, today, a ritual. So you can be focused, you can change your life with a tattoo, or you can change your life and need a tattoo, or you change your life and need a tattoo. So it can be a ritual also today. Also, even if we are in the 2020 centuries.
Yeah.
Yes?
Well, okay. I mean, I don't specifically make a ritual out of what I'm doing here, but there definitely is a sense of, I mean, I sometimes call it therapy,
Yes.
especially with my regulars. And I feel this when I get tattooed also, and it's often friends of mine that have tattooed me many times through the years. Maybe we're just working on something I had done 20 years ago because I have no extra skin left except for my face. And but it still feels like you're turning the page on something, or you're there's an acknowledgement that, you know, this moment in time is real, and that so many of these moments just slip and you don't even think about it. But when you get a tattoo, there's, you know, you're recording it on your body, and you know, it's part of building your own history.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course. Yes, you are only this body. When it's full, what I have to do. Yes, so it's very important. And I understand at the beginning, not now, but at the beginning, a lot of people have a tattoo only because it's cool. It was fashion, because my friend have got a tattoo, so I have the tattoo also. And I think it's not like this, because it stay on you for all your life, and it's like a marriage, so it stay with you for whole your life. So you have to choose very well your husband or your wife, and also your tattoos. And if it's, so there is pain in a tattoo. Normally a lot of people have pain, and if you are so happy to have pain, it's because there is something very important for you. So I understand that now a lot of people don't have too much pain when they tattoo with me, because maybe they are into the story and they understand they need this transformation. And at the beginning, a lot of people have pain, but too much pain only to make a quote, a word like this. It's like, oh my God, it's too painful, I can't do it. So I understand that they are not so into this tattoo, not so happy, not so, there was not too much big inside of them. Yes,
They didn't understand what they were actually going to have to do to earn that tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
when that became real, they were like, oh, maybe it's not that important. But no,
Yes.
I'm stuck because here I am, so I got to do it. Yeah. So yeah, that does happen. That does happen. And I think you're probably right. The people that, cause you do have first timers that they don't move, they don't peep. And you ask them, does this even hurt? And they're like, yeah, this hurts a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. But they really want that tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yes.
and it's a big deal for them. And, you know, like you were saying about that manhood coming of age thing. And it's kind of funny because then you talk about somebody wanting the same tattoo as their favorite football player. Well, the thing is that football player is to them an expression of masculinity and manhood, and they want a piece of that. So maybe they didn't get the rituals they needed during their own coming of age, and they're trying to fill that void somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I would love to hear about some of your experiences getting tattooed, because I imagine, being the person you are, you probably have some very symbolic work on you, or very significant in terms of, you know, life history. And I saw that in your, that's great.
Yes, so all my front and back are only with this kind of tattoo, because they are very symbolic, and so they can tell a lot of story. But I have to tell you that all the rest of my body, it's full of tattoos, and the tattoos are very important for me, but they was never important for the tattooer. So yes, this is very sad, because no one except this one, because you have to tell me to ask me, what do you want to represent? What kind of symbol do you want? Yes, okay. But all the other tattooer never ask me, why do you want this tattoo? So I don't know, I have a rose here in my hand, and they don't know, they don't ask me if it's for my grandmother or for my husband, or because I feel soft, or because I don't know, or because I don't because I'm in love, or no, they never ask me nothing. So I have a lot of tattoo, and no one asked me, why do you want this rose? They only tell me, okay, do you want rose? Yes. So this is 1, 2, and 3. I drove these 3. You can choose what it's for you. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, I mean, on the one hand, I understand that, because it's saying I'm just going to let you choose the one. I know that I could do a good job tattooing any of these 3, and the one that you like the best is the one you get. And so the fact of not asking about the symbolism or anything like that, maybe it just doesn't occur to them, because they believe that they're doing the job of making a picture.
Yes.
Which, you know, all of us, that is part of our job. But, you know, I've known for years, I've understood this for years, because there's been many people that have visited, and they've got work from big name artists, nice work. And I'll say, wow, that's a really awesome piece from so-and-so. And they'll say, yeah, he was a dick. That's the first thing they'll say. And so all I know is that even though this artist, with all their, you know, big reputation, did a great job on the tattoo, but the person left the shop feeling not good about it, right? And so I realized that our job, more than anything, more than even making that picture, is to make people feel good.
Yes.
It is. Let's just admit it, you know, because that's how you get them back in the chair again. And if you can do it with a great tattoo, that, I mean, obviously that's number one, but there's all the stuff that's attached to that. And you don't have to give your whole self, you know, but you do need to show that you care. And
yes.
The care is obvious. People can tell when you do.
Yes. I also work a lot in Italy and Europe and the USA, so I can saw a lot of different tattoo artists, tattoo shop. A lot of people came to work in my tattoo shop, so I met a lot of tattooers, and it was, I think I can count in one hand only the people that ask for the story are very happy to make the story. So a lot of people normally in the tattoo studios there is the chilling area where the people can talk with the client, and so the tattooer then there is another part of the tattoo studio that is private, and the tattooer can speak together and the client are not there, and then there is the tattoo area. When I was in the tattoo space private, and I can saw a lot of tattooers coming in and out, and they say, oh, wow, so ugly, this project. I don't want to do this. Oh, wow. It's always like this. So only a few people are very happy to tattoo and to tell a story and to make this tattoo. And it's not like this. So you don't have to do like, I think a tattoo, it's forever. So you don't have to do a tattoo if you're not so happy to make this tattoo. Yes?
Well, then you fall into the trap of just saying that it's a job. And it's like any other job. Sometimes you have to do things you don't really want to do. And I've always felt about anything that I have to do that as long as I'm doing it, I might as well do the best I can with it, because that feels better. If nothing else, if I have to clean the basement, I'm not going to do a half-assed job because I want to look at it when I'm done and actually feel satisfied, right? But some people aren't happy tattooing, where they believe that they're cut out for something bigger and better, and there they are doing these small tattoos day in and day out, and maybe they just don't have the people skills to develop their relationship with these clients. They want somebody to come in and ask them for a sleeve of their, you choose the topic. And, they're not willing to take all the steps in between, or don't understand the years of steps there are in between of getting people's trust who are coming in for these silly little tattoos. You're going to connect with a few of them. If you do 100 silly little tattoos in a month, you're going to connect with at least a few of those people. And they'll come back and specifically ask for you, and they might ask for another silly little tattoo. But by that point, you've got enough of their trust that you might be able to say, hey, what would you think about we do something a little bit more with this?
Yes.
Right. And if you only have the money for a small tattoo, what do you say we start something bigger and do an outline and a little shading and make an appointment for a month later? So, especially the people that have got a bunch of little tattoos, I've had to have the talk with a few of them, and I love saying this. It's clear that you're becoming a very serious collector. Okay, they like to hear that, because they're like, oh, I'm serious, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
And so let's start planning. Let's look at the big picture and say, how could I really bring this together, right? And you can actually get people on board if you say it the right way. But if you're resenting everybody that asked you for something, they're not going to get on board with anything.
Yes, I think the same. Yes, and they prefer to stay there in the tattoo studio and do what the client wants, and don't try to do something more, because it's okay like this. And they only see the time that they can go out and go to have dinner and with friends and do something else. Oh, sorry.
Like with any job, like I just want to finish my job so I can be off work. And if you are a tattoo artist and that is how you feel about your work, then you've taken a wrong turn somewhere, because tattooing is a place where there's room to be a very fulfilled and happy person. And if you aren't, then maybe you need to be in a different studio. Maybe you need to work with different people. Maybe you need to ask yourself if it's time to start listening to your clients more and trying to take them more seriously, and you might actually enjoy tattooing more, ironically, by giving a little bit more of yourself.
Yes, I think this is why I'm happy to have done 8 years of advertise, because at the end, I know that I wanted to do. So this was my place. And so if I was happy only to make all the other stuff and not the tattoo, so it will be more beautiful also to tattoo also, and now a lot of people don't make the advertise and start, and so they think that it will be everything very cool soon, and when they realize that they have to do a lot of step, they think is not so happy, and so we can do something more maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, something
Well,
different.
it's kind of like music, you know, you might have somebody who plays the guitar really well and they think,
Yes,
you know, with my skills, I should be on stage in front of a million people.
yes,
Anyone who actually has played on stage in front of a million people will tell you about all the steps it took to get there. And just having the skill isn't enough. There's the whole journey. And, you know, honestly, if things happen too easily, I don't think we appreciate them. They have less value for us. And anything that you work hard enough for, that you've given enough for, you are going to value that thing a lot more. And so there's really nothing wrong with putting your heart and soul into something. If it's a lot of effort and you can feel the fatigue and you're tired from the effort sometimes, it's not easy.
yeah.
But,
No,
but at
it's
the end of
very
it,
cool.
yeah, at the end of it, you've got something that you're going to value a lot more. You know, it's one of the laws of the universe. Value must be earned. That's why somebody who is born rich and is given their first yacht when they're 18 and, you know, it just gets everything for free. They don't really care about any of that stuff.
No. Yes. This is not so cool. No.
Yeah.
Yo. Bye. You have to work for it. If you work for it, it will be cooler after. So when someone writes you a message and tell you, Sara, after 1 month or 1 year, Sara, I still very happy of my tattoo and I'm so proud because a lot of people ask me and they want to know my story and this and so at the beginning when you only make a quote that they don't write you, I'm so happy and proud of my tattoo. No. But
Right.
after some years of work and feeling and listening to the people, yes, because maybe they come to you and they want to write, I don't know, something like love or resilience or infinity or something like this, and you don't know why, and you say only yes. But if you ask why do you want to say love, to write love, they can tell you that is because his brother do something, or for the grandmother, or for the father, or for something, for someone else, and so you can give them some ideas, no? So why we don't only make the right love, but we can insert also someone else, maybe a flower for your grandmother, or maybe a stars for your brother that is not here, or something no more. But you have to work here. And a lot of people doesn't want to work. They only want the things very easy and go through them.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you work in a tattoo shop where there's a lot of artists and a lot of people coming through the door, you can't really take that time. It's sort of like, okay, what do you want? Okay, bam, 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 let's do it. And
Yeah, bye.
right. And when there's other artists and you're competing for people who are coming in through the door, you know, if you're spending extra time on your client, you're just going to be the one that doesn't make any money that day. And so I understand that. I understand why there is a need to, you know, especially in that kind of environment. So then you end up having to be out in a much different environment. And so after 8 years, you have built up a clientele that expects this from you. They know it's part of the process and they value that. They come to you because of it. I would love to look at some of your tattoos and maybe have you talk about a few of them. Did you have any images prepared ahead of time for this, or should we just go to your Instagram and look at some?
I don't know how I can do it.
Okay, well, Gabe, you're there, right?
Ah.
I don't know if Gabe is still in the room. Okay, Gabe can pull up some of your images. I was just wondering if you had sent him some pictures.
Okay.
there is a way that you can do it. If you have pictures on your computer, there's a way of presenting the screen. But I think Gabe is off fixing something right now, so he's not around to help out with that. But we'll ask again in a few minutes.
Yes, also because yes.
There he is. Okay. So yeah, we would like to get some images up on the screen. Either you can tell Sarah how to present, or we can pull some things up at her Instagram. Sarah, which would you prefer?
It's up to you. It's the same.
Oh,
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you?
Yes.
I think that from his it's easier because I don't know if I have the images here on the computer, but I can
Okay.
pass from the phone to there. So it's up to you.
Okay.
If you prefer.
We'll do that.
Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Now I'm on the live feed as opposed to the recorded feed.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, we just need you to pull up Sarah's Instagram, and we're gonna look at a few images.
Yeah. Okay. I've got Safari here. So this is the website, and we will hit the Instagram.
Well, should we go to the website instead? Which would you prefer?
I think there is also something here. There is there is in English also the website if you want.
Is it that? How do
where there is it, yes, and.
Yeah. So you want to tell us a little bit about your blog?
Yes, why it doesn't change?
It does. Wow.
Yes, okay, now, yes. Okay, so, okay, let me know. What do you want to see? Some tattoos and speak about the story of the tattoos?
I would love to do that, yeah. And I'm also curious to hear a little bit about your blog.
Okay. Yes, so my blog, I start my blog to communicate because I'm different. So I understand that I want to draw all the story of the people and not only the quote. So I have to communicate it to the other people that my point of view is different. And so I start to write a lot of things on the web because when I speak to my clients, I can give them the blog, this article of the blog and say, yes, please read this so you can understand me and my point of view. And it was easier to inform the other people of how can be the day with me and not with another tattoo artist. And then people ask me a lot of things. So I started to write a lot of different kind of article, and this is an article that is serious. No. So there are a lot of articles speaking about the psychology of the images, the symbolism of the images, and how you can use the psychology to draw a tattoo.
Okay.
Yes. So, this is all the article for to speak about the people that, yes, you don't have to take some and you have to take care of your tattoo and a lot of things also like this. And
neat.
Yes, there is like paper plane or something like this that are, or all the poppies, symbology or everything like this that can explain what the symbology is, the symbology of the images. And then a lot of other articles that explain all the information about the tattoo. So are very different, two different kind of articles. Yes, and it's very...
Nice. So somebody can get a much better idea of what a tattoo session with you would be like after reading about this. Yes.
Yes. There are some 2 or 3 articles on about all the day with me, or how I can take your story and put it in a drawer or something like this. And this is a very important article to be eco-friendly during the tattoo. Because I try to have a life based on eco-friendly and zero waste, and so also the work have to be eco-friendly, and this is all the things that you can do to be more eco-friendly in the tattoo also.
Nice. Yeah, that's something that I don't think is discussed enough, and I know that there are a few products out. I know that True Tubes, you know, I've got a few things from them. They're like compostable clip cord sleeves and things like that, but we don't have nearly enough of that kind of thing.
Mm-mm. There are a lot of things. Only if you have to make a coffee, so you don't make coffee for the clients maybe, but in Italy it's very used that we offer a coffee to the clients, and we normally use the plastic for the coffee, and then you can choose this one in paper and not plastic, or maybe you can use the cup and you can wash it. And so this is an eco-friendly stuff that you can use, not only the things that you need for tattoo, like the cover of the grip or the cover of the clip card or something like, or the ink cap, but there are a lot of things more that you can use recycled paper for the drawing or for the printer, or there are a lot of things, too much maybe. We need another hour more to speak about this.
Yeah, well, you know, then there's the funny other aspect of that, because, you know, I also have the same thing with the coffee. Somebody got us one of those Keurig coffee makers that uses those cartridges. And from what I understand, humans throw away 100 million of those a day. So then somebody else gave us reusable cartridges that you can just put the ground coffee of your choice in there. And
yes.
And we've been using those things for 5 years, and they haven't gone to the dumpster, right? So, but here's the irony is, to get tattooed by me, people have to travel. Mm-hmm. Right? And that, I don't know if that's eco-friendly, you know, but I can't necessarily travel to them either. Either way, it's, and when you specialize, like you definitely specialize, and so do I, we're not going to just have our clients from our nearby community, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to come from all over the place. It's going to be, for some of them, kind of almost like a vision quest. They have connected with, you know, an artist that they think can give them the vision that they need, and they're going to travel to do it. And it's a very meaningful thing for them. So, you know, during the COVID era, we have been trying to ask people not fly here. And so we're taking mostly clients that are closer, and those who are willing to drive longer distances, which, you know, I mean, it's not for eco reasons so much as minimizing their exposure, but it's, you know, we're kind of experimenting with what if clients never flew to see us, and you know, of course, that cuts a lot of people off too.
Yes, traveling is not eco-friendly at all. Yes. I tried to. So during the COVID, I don't be able to work, but I tried to do something different after the COVID, and I tried to ask to the people to make the tattoo, not the tattoo, but the draw of the tattoo online, chatting on Skype, and I can make the draw for you also if you are in USA or Brazil or wherever you want. And so you don't have to come here, but we can do a lot of things by Skype now, because everything is on Skype now, or Zoom. Yeah. Yes, we were not used to use Skype before, but now something changed. And also something that you are used to you in the USA, I learned this of the map. The informed consents, you can use, you can sign all the informed consents on the iPad, and everything is not on paper. But in Italy, everything is on paper. All the informed consents are on paper. And so I learned that can be on tablet, and I changed everything, and only these little things is something eco-friendly. Yes, the eco-friendly, I think, is made by only little things. Little things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 million little things, but you can start from one little things.
So you want to tell us a little bit more about that experience, because there's not a lot of tattoo artists yet who have actually caught COVID-19 and had to deal with it. And this really messed you up, didn't it?
No, I think I don't listen one part of the question. Tell me what?
Your experience with COVID.
Yes, with COVID. Yes, I was not able to tattoo because I was sick of COVID. So it was very strange. I get sick at the beginning, on 3 of March. So it was the very beginning of the COVID here in Italy, and we were totally free. And the COVID, it's like 7 days, 10 days, because the first COVID case was on 23 of February, and I was sick on 3 of March. So it was the very beginning, and nobody knows that COVID was here. And I really don't understand how the COVID can reach me, because I live a very isolated life. But I went to a reunion of an association that make something for the people, like not benefit, but Google Translate. Beneficenza. Charity. Yes, I went to a reunion for charity, because we are planning a very big event for charity in our little like this country here. And someone there was sick of COVID, and everyone at the end was sick of COVID. So we were 12 people there, and every one of us was take the COVID. And I think I was the youngest girl, the youngest people in this reunion, and all the other people stayed very well, and they only have maybe a little bit of fever or nothing. Maybe they don't smell, nothing. They are very, very good. And me, the youngest girl, I was the worst people. So it was not so much easy for me. And I was sick for 3 months, for 102 days. I've got the fever, and I've got a lot of things inside. Also some problem with my breathing. I went to the hospital for 5 days, and every time is like, bye-bye. I don't know if if I can come back home, because all the people go to the hospital and they don't know if they can come back home, because the COVID is very new, and they don't know nothing about the COVID. Also at the beginning, and March or April, it was very difficult. And I take a lot of medicine. And I never used to take medicine, because it was something like 5 years that I don't take medicine. So now I spent 3 months with a lot of medicine, a lot of things like this. And I think I'm very happy also to be alive now. Yes, but I think I'm very happy also to be sick, because a lot of things changed on my mind, and I had a lot of time to think about what is important in life and what is not. And so I cut a lot of things from my life, and I'm very, very happy now, more than before. So it's okay. I'm still not out. I'm still not very well, because having been sick for such a long time created a lot of different sickness on my body. So we are now trying to understand what is happening to me, what kind of gift COVID give me. No? So we are now, so it's 1 month now that I'm enter and desk from the hospital to make a lot of different kind of medical how do
Tests?
you say? Yes, test. Test and visit to different medical and a lot of things like this. And we don't know. So now it's 1 month, and now we stopped everything. I try to, it's 3 days that I start a new kind of medicine, and it's something new that they never test. So it's something that we don't know if can be useful or not, but we try. And we have to do 3 months of this and then make all the tests and see if something changed, so we can understand, maybe we can understand what's happening to me. We don't know. We are trying to understand, because maybe it's a sickness that don't have possibility to go out to come si dice? Let me see.
That you might always have it.
I can't heal.
Okay.
Maybe I can't heal. So it's a it's a degenerative disease. Yes. Yes. Okay. So it's something that take my connection, all the connection of my body, and I don't, maybe in 10 years more or less, I can't be able to use hands or all the other parts of the body. Maybe.
Maybe. Let's hope not.
Maybe. Yes, we hope not. But it's so I think that the life is made to be sick and to die. So I think it's not something, it's normal. It's not so strange to be sick. And I don't know, this guy that is on this guy that is on the wheelchair, this very famous guy that is a scientist, I don't remember the name.
Stephen Hawking?
Yes. So it's so famous, and he make a lot of things, biggest things on Earth, and he is on the wheelchair and he can't move. So I can't do everything if I can't move. So it's not a problem for me.
I think that most people who are diagnosed with ALS, which he had, live for about 3 years. And there are the rare people who decide they're going to have a life anyway. Because I think most people, when they realize they're going to lose their ability to do almost anything, all they're going to have left is the ability to click something. Because that's pretty much what he had. He could either click or not click. That was, and you know, he had great software so he could communicate. But I once did an album cover for a guy, I think his name is Jason Becker, who ended up, he's a guitar player, and he ended up with ALS. And within 3 years, he could not talk or do anything. But he still continued to write music, and these guitar virtuosos were eager to play his music because he was really well respected. And so he's one of those people that has survived, a long time. So I think that illness takes many of us down because we get tired and lose our motivation, and maybe there's just no sense of there being an energy reserve to do these things. It just feels unattainable. And then you have some people that I think are able to say, I'm not going to let this prevent me from doing these things that are important. And somehow they find the way. And so I don't know how much of that there really is a choice. You might have that gift or you might not. But no matter what our circumstances are, it's important to not give up and to keep trying.
Yes. So I'm alive. I can do a lot of things till I'm alive. So I think if now I can't be able to work like before because I only can work 3 days per week, or maybe because I can't I can go to the gym, I can't do a lot of things because I'm very, very, I have a little bit of energy. I'm not so full of energy like before, or it's difficult to do everything. I say that I'm in the body of a 70 years old grandma, but I can do a lot of things. I'm alive. So I think that it's not important to do all the things that I do before. I can do other things. I can change my life. The goal of the life is to change and to be best than before. So it's okay. I'm not sad. I'm not sad. I know. It's very strange because I wrote also an article of my blog of what happened to me during the COVID, but a lot of people doesn't know that I was sick. So when they speak to me, they are so sad about the lockdown, when they are in lockdown, and they were so sad because they are bored and they can't do nothing, and they can't go to the gym, and they can't do this or this, and they are so bored, and they waste all the time. They don't read a book, they don't do something special. I don't know, you have 2 months to stay at home and you can do whatever you want. So I was very happy. Also, if I was sick and it was very difficult for me only to breathe, but I was very happy. And so I can't really understand all these people that are so bored and so unhappy because they can stay at home for 1 month or 2 months. And I think everything is normal in life. The only thing that can change is what you feel about it. But everything is normal. A lot of people die very young, and okay, maybe the life can be better if they was alive. Okay, maybe yes, but it's normal. I don't know. I think it's everything okay like this, and I can be happy in the same time. Also, if I am in the body of a grandma. Yes. So I have to tattoo a lot now because maybe in 10 years I can't. So I have to work.
Make it count. Well, let's look at some of your tattoos then. Gabe, if you're there, I'd love to pull up Sarah's gallery.
Absolutely. Where are they on your site here?
I think that in the menu things, there is I can see okay, yes, things, yes. And I think there is, where is? Gallery, yes, there, maybe, yes. I even don't remember, okay, what kind of...
Well, this is nice because we can see some of the designs and some of them on skin.
Yes, there is the fresh design, the fresh tattoo, the design, the highlight tattoo, and there is also the tattoo studio. This is the tattoo studio, the garden. This is my chilling area. and the sketch also. Yes.
Yeah, nice. So when you're sitting with your clients and going over ideas, do you show them the drawing a lot and say, is this right? Should we change things? Or do you find that it's best to just talk a lot and draw and then show them when you get to a significant point with it?
So I talk with the client for about 2 hours. The first hours it's to understand the story that is behind of the tattoo, and the second hour is to stay in front of the personal computer, and we saw a lot of different images, and they choose all the images. So they choose, in this case, they choose the end, the face, the flower, the pattern behind, everything. So we choose at the beginning, we have a mood board with all the images that they love. Yes, I think this is a cool pages, because yes, this is the first images is what we do in the first 2 hours, so we can understand all the things that have to be in the tattoo, all the subject, all the meaning that you have to explain with this tattoo. And then we do the mood board a little bit, yes, like this. So the mood board is like this. So we choose all the images that the client loves, the kind of feather that he wants, the kind of cactus that he wants, the kind of everything. And then I make the draw with all the things that I know that he loves. But how to put everything together, or obviously I choose everything. Also because the design can change. So I don't know, maybe if you want to represent that you quit of a bad things that happen in your life, and now everything is cool and you are happy, maybe I have to put something dark and sad in the background and something colored and full of life in front. So I have to understand how to put the things in a different place to tell the story. So it's very important also the place where I have to put the things. But the things are, all the things are chosen by the client, and we choose everything together. I have a very big library full of photos, of images, of reference images, and we choose everything together. And then I can draw.
And it's an interesting style because you're bringing together a few different styles. You've got things that are just outline. You've got things that have got kind of realistic shading and color. You've got very graphic elements.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So also this, it's about the story, because maybe we can have in the story a transition. So something changed. So maybe I want to do something colorful and then something empty, or something very good with a very soft shades and then something very strong and ugly. So it's everything about the story. I don't put anything about me. So if there is if in this puppy there is an empty place, it's because it's not finished these things in the story of the client. Okay, so it's not because I don't want to finish this puppy or to put something empty because it's cooler, but it's because in this story something is missing or something is not finished. Okay.
Okay, so you're actually expressing incompleteness.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I choose what kind of things to do to make empty or not, to make cool or ugly, or yes, but the meaning is in the story of the client. I don't choose because I want to.
Nice.
Yes.
So I'd love to see some pictures of the studio also, since
Yeah.
they're here on your website. Let's check that out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I almost just went through the passwords while sharing my screen. I go check all the critiques. Oh, I'll go to the passwords. Oh shit, am I sharing my screen? Am I opening up my passwords? Sorry about that. Okay, so where
Zoom is great. We love Zoom.
Yes, or in location also, or in gallery also. It's the same. Yes.
That's right. Gallery, and then on the right hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Talk about experience.
Yeah, because the nearest big city to our studio is about 2 hours drive. And
Yes.
most people are coming farther than that.
Yes.
Not loading.
The city, the nearest city, the big nearest city from my studio is 1 hour, and it's not so big. So it's big enough because I have a train station.
Yeah.
But there is not the airport. And the nearest city is Bologna, that has got the airport, and it's a very big city, and 2 hours and a half. And so people coming from out have to take the plane and arrive in Bologna, and then take the train and come in Cesena, and then from Cesena they have to take a car rent, because they can't come to me because there is not a bus or nothing else like this. So they need to rent a car and come here, and they arrive in the parking of the shopping center. Shopping center here is something like 10 more or less shops. So it's very very big shopping center. And I go to the parking of the shopping center, and I pick them up in my car, because I have a Jeep, I have a big car, and then they can come to the studio with me, because my tattoo studio is not even on Google Maps. So if I give you the address, you can't come, you can't arrive. And the street is very ugly, and is not for everyone, and not for all the kind of cars. So I pick them up and bring them here. And so they can stay here all the day with me. And after that, I bring them to the parking of the commercial of the shopping center. Yes. So we don't have any kind of friend that come here and enter and goes, and I want to say hello to my friend or something like this, or not. Only one person today here for all the day. And this is the studio. This is where we stay in the morning to talk about the story of the client. Yes, in the good days, obviously, if it's raining. Yeah. Yes. And yes, and this is normally the client arrive alone, or with the husband or with the wife, nothing else. So now for the COVID, we can't have friends, so only wife and husband. And yes, and this is another place where we stay to speak. This is my table. This is the name of my tattoo studio, Salottino Rock. This is my bathroom, and you can read, but the paper say that if you don't use the paper but use the towel, you can be eco-friendly to wash the hands. Yes. Yeah. So this is the towel.
Well, that's one of the nice things about having a private studio is you can do that, and then you can wash everything, and You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about all the people coming through where
No.
everything has to be thrown away.
This is the entrance where you enter to the study. Yes, the chilling area outside. So we stay there. And we also have the lunch together. And I'm vegan, and also my husband, and also the tattoo that I make are totally vegan. And so during the lunch, I give them a vegan lunch. The client eat vegan with me. They have to.
Yeah. Hey, it's the same thing here. We're not vegan, but I've been vegetarian for 22 years. And so when people eat here, they eat what we eat. And it's an all organic diet. And people usually appreciate it. It's very different for some. And it's interesting how many people have just, for instance, never tried bread that isn't like white bread, you know?
Yes, exactly.
Kind of
but they want to try. Yes, so it's cool.
Yes.
Something
And plus,
different.
it's not like they can drive to the 7-Eleven next door and buy a sandwich. There's nothing like that around here either.
No. No. And so all the day they stay with me, and there is no one that can disturb us. So there is no secretary, there is no one that can, so the phone is always without the ring. So I stay all the day with the client, and there is nothing else. When I work in the tattoo studio, also in my tattoo studio, there were too much people. So I was tattooing, and there is the shop assistant that coming to me and ask something, or another tattoo artist that comes to me to say hi, bye-bye, or say something, ask something, or maybe come a friend to say hi, or too much. I was not focused, no? So 2 years ago, I changed everything, and I try to come here and work here and live here in the edge of this hill. And it was not easy because I was scared about it, because all the tattoo studio are in the center of the city. I was not in the center of the city, but I was not in the center, I don't know the name, but outside of the city, not in the center.
The suburbs?
Yes, in the suburbs. Yes, in the country also, because I was near the field of everything, because in Italy we have a lot of field. And where I was, okay, and I was very scared because I had a very big tattoo studio. It was 240 metro. I don't know.
Square meters, yeah.
Yes, square meters, yes. And it was divided in 2 floors. And in one floor we had the tattoo shop, and in the other floor we have art school. So in the evening and in the Sunday, in the weekend, we have a lot of class of art, or everything of art, like also photography or calligraphy or painting or everything.
Wow.
And I was very, very happy. Very, very happy, because there are a lot of people, and I was doing a lot of things, very cool, and I'm everywhere, but I don't have a life. So I stay in the tattoo studio from the 9 a.m. to the midnight, more or less, and also in the Sunday, because there are art class. So I understand there that it's too much for me, because I love to make a lot of things, but I really don't love too much people. I can stay alone, very happy. So I understand that it was too much for me. And my husband, at the end of the year, the 31 of December, he had the fever very high, and he can't be very focused, and he dreamed that he wants to make the garden. So he wants to grow up carrots and potatoes and salad or something like this. And I say, okay, but I think it was the fever. No, he was sick, so I think it was the fever. And the day after, he wake up and say me, Sara, I want to make the garden. I want to make potatoes and something like this. So I understand that maybe it was time to quit and to close the big tattoo shop and close the school of art and everything. And it's time to change everything and trust on my husband. And so I was very, very scared, but we tried to do something like this. And so we searched for a house, very big house to divide. And so in one part of the house, there is my house where I live. And in the other part, we make the tattoo studio, but I'm alone. There is no one else. I don't have a shop assistant, a shop manager, or a personal assistant or nothing else. I do everything by myself. And I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very happy, and I'm focused in everything that I do. And so all my clients are happier than before because they understand that now I can be more focused. I can listen to them much more than before. And I was scared because I was thinking that if I went to the edge of a hill, I don't have a shop and the people can't see me, and maybe it will be difficult to them to reach me, and maybe the client can't come. And it was the opposite. So I have much more clients now because they want to stay all the day with me, relaxed in the edge of a hill where the world is not here. So they even don't use the phone. They even, so a lot of people come here and they know that they will have 1 hour or 1 hour and a half that will stay alone because I have to draw, and they bring with them the personal computer to work and the email and a book to read and a lot of things because they are afraid to what I can do in this hour, and they don't do nothing. So they stay outside and they breathe and they look at the flowers or at the garden, or my shop assistant that there are 3 dogs and they stay all the time with the dogs. And so they really want to stay with me for the experience of the day, that a day only dedicated to them, that there is no one else, and it's like a relaxing day, and the world can stay outside for one day. And also for the part of talking about the story, because they understand that it's something that is psychologically. Yes.
Close.
Okay. Okay. And so when you have a very big stress in your life and you go to the psychology, they want to, you have to tell your story, and they try to give you another key of seeing the story. So if you can see only the bad, they can show you that there is also something good. So it's more or less what I do. So they come to me, they tell all their story, and I show them that, oh, you can also see this or this or this. You can also, you are not so bad, but you can do a lot of very good things. And so they have a different point of view, and they want to have a different point of view. So they come here because they want to know what kind of view I can show them. Because they know that I'm not a medical, so it's like more easy to speak to me and don't go to the psychologist and say, I need help. But they come to me and say, so this is what I saw, and you, what you see. And they want this. So they want to stay with me for this hour to speak about their story. And I think that is very interesting because normally now, when you meet someone, you are used to say, how are you? Fine, thanks. Bye-bye. But you are not interested in our you. And they say, fine, thanks, but it's not really always like this. So when someone asks you, how are you? And you can tell everything and they are very interested to listen to you. So it's inverted. So when I ask to someone, how are they? And I'm very interested to listen what they are. This is the past that I in the title, no, the innovation is in the past. This is because I'm really interesting to understand what they have to do. How are you? Yes, I'm interested in to know why are you bad or are you good now? No?
Yeah, well, if you're really interested, it's going to show when you do the design, right? And but that's what you're offering. You're offering a different service, and I think it's interesting that you actually have it set up as a package, so people know they're going to expect this much time of just sitting and talking, this much time for design preparation. There's actually no surprises there, and that kind of really answers my question from earlier, where people are expecting to have a design ready when they walk in. They'll look at the design and say, okay, now change this, and this. So you're telling people exactly how the process works. And that's very interesting. And I could see how the way your website is set up, you're trying to answer all their questions. What if I'm not ready? What if we don't have a design that's quite right? Am I throwing my money away? And you're reassuring them on every one of those points. But I'm sure you made that website because you found yourself having to answer these questions.
Yes. I needed to inform the other people because I know that I work in a very different way from the most of other tattoo artists. So they have to be informed that they are safe and that I'm like this. So if they want a tattoo from me, they have to take all the package. And do everything like this. Yes.
But that's reassuring for people because they know what to expect. And, that's always what's stopped people from getting tattooed. And, the reason all those TV shows were such a big thing of getting people into tattoo shops is they're like, oh, that's what happens when you walk into a tattoo shop. Okay. Yeah. And so then they had more of an idea of what to expect, even if it was just TV, but, still. It took away some of that fear, and that allows you to connect with them when they're actually able to look at what you're offering and not just have that big question mark.
Yes. And I'm there. So the people who want to come to me have to make a lot of steps and I have to choose them. So I know that when they arrive to me, they are very happy to be here and they are very happy to can talk with me about them, about the story, and they are totally open. Yes. So this in the bottom, the girl in the bottom that there is no. So I was talking about a picture that was there. Okay, it's okay. But a lot of people come to me that maybe want some, I don't know, they want to represent something with a poppy flower, and they talking to me because of this and this. So I know that the poppy it's for me because of this reason. and they come to me and we speak about the story, they speak about what's happened and the motivation that is behind the story, and they understand that no, puppy is not for me. A puppy is not for me because of this, and I was thinking about this, but I was wrong. So we change everything, and we understand that maybe we need a lion. Okay. So now I remember now a woman that is 54 years old and is coming to me for her first tattoo, and she was a cancer survivor, and she had the cancer inside the brain. And so when she make the test, the picture of the test is and you see the inside of the brain, it's similar to a tree. So she comes to me because she wants a live tree, and here in the back, and because she knows that she's alive and she's a survivor, so she has got a very big force and all this stuff. And when she comes to me, we speak about everything, and we understand that a tree that is very blocked there, very peaceful, very, I don't know, is not for her. So she goes out with the lioness here. Okay. And it was not in the back, because she have to see that she is a lioness and she has got a very big force. So we change everything, but it's not because I want to make a lioness here, but because she understands that the tree is not for her, but she needs a lioness. So I'm here to understand something and give you some ideas, but you make everything by yourself. And you understand something different, and so maybe we change everything from our plane at the beginning.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's almost like you're acting as a sort of a mirror, and you're reflecting their idea back at them, and they might see it a little differently once they've had that reflection.
Yes, yes. They see something and we see something different at the mirror. Yes, yes, it's the same. But I don't have to put something and say, no, you don't have to have a tree. Maybe you can have a tree, or maybe you can have something different. It's like this.
Yeah, or you could just say to them, okay, I've been talking to you now for a while, and I don't feel like I'm talking to a tree. I feel like I'm talking to a lion.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, however it is that you get that across, but it is our job to try to reflect that way, and of course there's going to be some aspect of us in that reflection, right? We can't help that. We can't help that part, but as long as we're listening, it's still a reflection. It's still not just an expression of ourselves. It's still a reflection of them, and that's sort of a fine line there, I guess.
Yes.
Well, I love the ideas that tattoo clients bring. It's what keeps, I think it's what keeps tattooing interesting, and I think it's neat how you've sort of set up a vocabulary, of these symbolic things that you can combine, and you've given people a chance to understand that vocabulary, at least in the way that you see it, and so they can kind of research their idea using your vocabulary before they even sit down with you for this consultation. So that's pretty neat. And of course, when you have a regular client, I've a lot of my regulars, they know what I do, and so they can say, hey, that thing you do with the green gooey stuff, have you ever combined that with outer space? Maybe I haven't, but they understand my language, and they can imagine things to do with it that maybe I wouldn't imagine myself. And that's invigorating.
Yes.
That's why I love my clients.
Yes, yes. Also because you can learn a lot, and they have a lot of idea that I never had, and so combining me with them can create something different that I never thought about. So it's very, very useful, very cool. Yes, I love my clients too.
Yeah, well, that thing right there, that is the magic. That's the magic that happens in tattooing, and
Yes,
that's why we love this art form.
yes.
Lady Sara, it's been great to talk to you. I
Oh,
think we're going to get going. We've got our next
okay.
event here is going to be at, I think, 3 o'clock, right? We've got
2
or is it 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock. Okay, so
Tony Romel and Tattoo Society. He's going to be.
okay, so in 45 minutes, we've got Tony Romel from Tattoo Society. He's going to be interviewing Roman Abrego. And in the meantime, go ahead and check out the Empire Ink booth because they've got all kinds of cool stuff going on in the meantime. And
Perfect.
I've got another interview with Frank Linatra a little bit later on. That's going to be at, is that what, 4 o'clock Eastern?
We are 7 p.m.
Yeah, so it'll be pretty late by the time we have our paint jam
Yes.
later tonight.
Yes, too much
wrap
late for me.
Yes. I'm really happy that you could join us today, Sara, and it's been great
Yes.
meeting you and talking to you. And
Thank you.
I'm going to send you pictures of our garden.
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Right. Well, you have a great one.
Thank you. You too. And thank you very much for asking me.
Sure thing.
Okay.